Hello everybody, welcome back to another video as the Seattle Kraken are back to back Stanley Cup champions, baby. Man, does it ever feel good to be on top and to be the very best. I mean, this Seattle Kraken team is one of the most dominant teams I think we've ever seen in the history of NHL for a pretty long time. We are your 2023 Stanley Cup champions. We won in the last episode in a very dominant fashion, and we absolutely pummeled the Washington Capitals, destroyed them. They didn't even have a chance. Every game we had above 4 goals. Every game we were able to shut the door and play fantastic, which brings in a lot of questions for this upcoming off season. Now, the way that I built these lines is I kind of did a little bit of off-scene scouting and seeing what we can do with the Seattle Kraken, kind of build our plan for this off season, because the fact of the matter is we're going to be having a lot of free agents. We have Thatcher Demko, UC Saros, which we got to sign. I do want to try to keep a tandem going here in Seattle because of the fact that Thatcher Demko played so well when it came needed be, but he was not the man in the regular season. He was 28 and 18. He had an 898 save percentage. Now maybe he only plays about 36 games a year, but that means we're going to need another goalie to kind of help us out and to give us some extra assistance, but Demko wasn't that man. UC Saros, on the other hand, he had a great regular season, absolutely fantastic. Up near the end, he struggled up, but UC Saros was a really stellar goalie. But the problem is with UC Saros right now, I'm pressing exit too many times. But right now, UC Saros wants about $7 million as his extension for 5 years, which I don't know if I really want to pay for that. That is a really steep contract for a guy that I love in UC Saros. I really do. But maybe we get a new tandem goalie to go alongside Thatcher Demko, because Demko only really wants $4 million. So we're going to be making some moves. Because I want to improve this forward core. It's been great for the past couple of years. It really has been, but we got to get cheaper and we got to go towards kind of a new game. Cam Atkinson was absolutely fantastic for the first couple of years in Seattle. Played his first 3 years in Seattle. Well, not his first 3 years, but he won his first Stanley Cup in Seattle. He's done a lot in Seattle, but I think we need to change things up here in Seattle. Not really change things up, but we definitely need to keep improving the team and to keep changing things up if we want to go back to back, especially with Brock Bubelev and Voinov jumping up in the lineup. Also, Ryan Strome doesn't want a cheap contract either, which we are going to be giving him one right now. Also, before we keep getting in deeper and deeper into the video, I'd like to just say, if you are new to the channel, make sure to slap that subscribe button and hit that like button as well. That'll be very much appreciated. And if you'd like to watch some live streams, I do tons of Twitch streams on Twitch, of course, but go check it out. The link will be down in the description below. So let's get right back into Seattle, as I totally forgot to say that at the start of the video. But so we need to sign Gurianov. Malkin's there as well, but we're not going to be getting back Malkin onto the team just because of the fact that he's a declining player. We don't want him back on the team. If we're going to be picking up anyone, it's somebody that's going to help us for the future of this squad. Malkin was a great acquisition to push us to that next step and to help us get that back-to-back. He really was. Zach Sanford also, we're not going to be getting back on the team this year. 5.5 for a guy that's playing on the third line. And the way that we set up the third line was Hartman, Sorelli, and Virtanen. I want to bring Virtanen back. Oh, man, that's $5 million for Jake Virtanen. And we might need to pick up a better defensive guy than what Jake Virtanen is. But Sanford we can't bring in. Probably Jake Virtanen as well. I mean, we could qualify offer him and try to get him back at a 3.1 again. But Ryan Hartman, he was the Conn Smythe winner there for the Seattle Kraken in the playoffs and did really, really well on that third line. And I want to trust him down there. I really do. I want him to be that kind of defensive guy, and he really was. He is a defensive beast for the Seattle Kraken and someone that we're going to be looking at to continue to stay on the team. But the problem is he's going to want a shitload of money too. We're going to have to play really smart because we do want like a first line centerman. That is what we're going to be aiming for, is a guy. I might just pay Gurianov that. because that's not a bad contract. For a year, it's cheap, because if we go up, he's going to continue to ask for more. So let's get on. But that's the problem. He could even ask him for a cheaper 1-year deal. And I mean, we could wait his qualifying offer out just to get it down to this price again. So, because we could just qualify him. So let's do that. We'll be patient on Dennis Gurianov. Now, if we do something, yeah, he's going to be an unrestricted free agent next year. So we'll take a look at Gurianov later. But Ryan Strome, I do want to sign back onto another deal. We got to pop up the wheel now on Wheel Decide and give that puppy a spin to see what type of contract Ryan Strome will have. And it will be a half no movement, half no trade clause for Mr. Ryan Strome, which, I mean, I don't mind that. We'll do 4 years for Ryan Strome at $5.9 million for Ryan Strome. It's a cheap deal. We're going to be getting rid of Cam Atkinson anyways, so that will clear up the contract for Ryan Strome. So, yeah. Yeah, we're practically saving a lot of money. So Dennis Gurianov, we're going to wait. Thatcher Demko, we're going to wait. Actually, I wouldn't mind getting Thatcher Demko back now because of the fact that he wants a cheap 2-year deal. Yeah, cheap 2-year deal. We do have to spin the wheel on Thatcher Demko's contract as well, and that will be a nothing. He does not want no trade clause or a no movement clause, which will be perfect. If we do need to move away from Thatcher Demko, we can, which is perfect. So now we got to focus on the draft. So what type of picks we got heading into the 2023 draft? We got 2 seconds. We got a couple thirds, fourths, fifths, sixths. So we got a lot of picks. So this is going to be a very important draft for us because we're going to be aiming for a lot of studs this year to help us build this roster for the future. We need a defenseman for sure. And this is a loaded up defensive draft. We got Quincy Byfuglien there in the OHL number 2 overall, putting up crazy numbers. Probably a 2A defender if I'm guessing. But Sergei Kumudov, Morris Masanuva. So maybe we try to trade up in the draft. That's what I'm kind of thinking because we do have Cam Atkinson that we could, and I mean, there's some pretty good guys up here as well, Maurice Colbert, but we definitely need a defenseman prospect here in Seattle, right? Like, what are we looking at for our prospect core for this team, for our future? Right now, for our forward core, Brock Bubelev and those guys are already up, but we got Krunovich, Michael McLeod, Johansson, Gentile, those are our only guys there, and then we got Lars Gunnarsson, who is going to be ready for next year. So I guess this is another piece that we've totally forgotten about. Oh, sorry for the fuck me. I'm hitting my phone. Lars Gunnarsson, huge, massive defenseman there. And Gunnarsson, especially including the rest of our core, we're going to be really deep defensively. And then we got Friesen and Ragnarsson, who is also might be ready for this upcoming season as well. So our drafting is actually not doing too bad for the team. We definitely need a goalie, though, for the future. We're really relying on Demko and Saros to be kind of the future goalies, but we're definitely going to have to look more into those details. So Ryan Strome signs his extension, so 4 years on a have no movement clause, have no trade clause, which, I mean, it is what it is. Ryan Strome's been a huge player for us for years now. I want to continue to have him, and Thatcher Demko resigns as well. So Seattle, Stanley Cup champions, absolute perfect. Let's take a look at all the awards for the year, see if any of the Seattle Kraken guys got it, but back-to-back Stanley Cup champions, really just making history, facing the Washington Capitals both of those times. Your Art Ross winners, Mark Scheifele, and the Hart Memorial winner. James Van Riemsdyk wins the James Norris. Kucherov wins the Lady Byng. Has Pluta gets the Calder this year. Hartman, of course, the Conn Smythe winner. Grubauer wins the Vezina, and he also wins the William Jennings. Pulak gets the Masterton. Lamar gets the Jack Adams. Taves gets the Frank J. Selke again. Ted Lindsay goes to Scheifele. Laine gets the Maurice Rocket Richard. So congratulations to all those guys. Let's jump into the draft. I'm going to have a quick drink of H2O, though. So Calgary jumps up in the draft. Calgary at number 2. LA, Dallas, Anaheim, New York, Detroit. So maybe, hopefully, there's somebody up there that is going to be looking to want to trade. Maybe we can dump off Cam Atkinson there. But some big retirees. We got Koivu, Oshie. You got Suter retiring there in LA. Filppula. Louis Eriksson finally retires. Goaltending, Craig Anderson. So not very many big retirements, just a couple. Sekera, Russell retires there in Florida. Just a couple minor retirements here and there. Suter's now becoming a coach there in LA. So we also have Nielsen, Russell, Zuzak, and Oshie all becoming scouts. Tons of people retiring, but nothing for us. A good thing. Let's continue on to the draft. Yes, sirree. Let's jump in. We know what we got to do. We got to clear up cap space for the team still. So, sounds like none of these guys want to trade their first round pick, but the Carolina Hurricanes do at number 14. So, what are we looking at with the 14th overall selection? So, we're definitely not going to get any of the big defensemen. We knew that was going to kind of happen, but with 14th, we got Colbert, left winger there. We do got a defenseman here in Dylan Foss. A's almost across the board, and Al McInnes. Oh, baby, I think that might be our guy. 12th, though, and we're going to be looking at the 14th overall pick. I mean, we can make some moves to get up to the 11th, and maybe make some moves. That's going to be a lot of moves we're going to have to make. Sakaris. Surrey as well. I mean, not A's across the board, but he is a solid shutdown defender. But I think with Ragnarsson and our other guy there in Gunnarsson, I feel like we're good on defense right now. I think if we look towards a forward, maybe a Maurice Colbert, not that good. Mayor Sakaris, A's there. NHL ready. Ooh, maybe this is our guy, Patrick Sakaris. You look at Frolik, almost A's across the board. A Joe Nieuwendyk. Yeah, know what? I think let's go with the 14th and see what we can do with Carolina. See if they would like a Cam Atkinson type player. They are a buyer. I don't think, no. Cam Atkinson still has his original Columbus contract, so we're not having to pay him. We don't have a no trade clause with him right now, so he is open trade bait. So Cam Atkinson. It's oh my god, he is a very valuable piece right now. So that opens up some possibilities now for us to have to take back some salary cap in this deal. Jordan Stahl, he's on an expiring deal. You also got Teravainen almost on an expiring deal. Evander Kane's there, but that's $7 million on money we really don't need. Warren Fogle for depth, I wouldn't mind taking in from you guys. Nice physical guy, can bring in some depth for the team for this upcoming season. Let's do that. And then I think we could actually even bring in a little bit more, to be completely honest with you. Some picks for next year. 2/3. Will that go through? Yes, it does. Cam Atkinson easily dumped off for a 14th overall selection. Warren Fogle and a couple picks for next year. So now we release up some salary cap by trading away Cam Atkinson. We move up in the draft to 14th, which we get a first overall selection, which is really nice. And see, this is what I mean. This is contract control. We want to keep a lot of cheap contracts on the team, and that's what we have really done with this team, is keeping these cheap contracts alive. Defensively, I don't want to trade anyone. I want to keep everyone. And goaltending, we're good. So, yeah, we're all good to go to just start drafting away and really start building this team for the future. So, Colbert was a medium elite player, which I knew that was going to be the case, two-way forward. I'm not too concerned about that because we could possibly get an NHL ready forward ourselves. So Quincy Bufflin goes first overall there over Rujula. So I guess they liked Bufflin more than anybody else, which was maybe a concern there for Calgary. But they got Rujula anyways, which looks pretty good. Which is kind of scary for our division because Calgary is in our division. Same with San Jose. So we got some, and LA. So we got some serious teams in our division who are starting to bolster their teams up for the future. So we got Patrick Sakaris, and then we also got Surrey here. Two players that could potentially be really good. But I like Sakaris, right winger, goal scorer. He's NHL ready. Let's go for him. Patrick Sakaris. And he is a right wing, medium, top 6 sniper. Excuse me. And then Gunnarsson, or Surrey, is not a medium elite, but he is a top 4. So we got a really good pick. That is a really, really solid pick. An NHL ready guy in Patrick Sakaris. I think he's a Slovakian. Yeah, I think he's a Slovakian. Anyways, Patrick Sakaris will be a really big piece for the Seattle Kraken moving forward. So perfect. Absolutely perfect. We're making moves, making deals. Wow, there is some seriously good players. Wojnarowski, we also got a goalie here. So let's take a look. Do we also, yeah, we have another goalie at 133rd. We know we have another pick here. So let's just pick Wojnarowski because I think he'll be a better, is he a gem? Is he? No, he's not a gem, but he is. I mean, he might not be the guy that we're looking to be. That could be a problem. That could be a problem. He might not be the player that we're looking for. Rainbow Sapanainen could be that guy, but he is 5 years out. Let's go with fuck. Actually, how well did he do? He didn't do too bad. Ooh, some really good grades. Yeah. Samuel Wojnarowski, we'll pick him up. We got a lot of picks. Low top 6, not bad. We're looking to add some more goal scorers to the team. No, we do not want to trade away this pick because we are going to be looking at a goalie. Sapanainen's still here. We can wait. We can wait. Sapanainen, we could get a lot of goalies. We could start bolstering up on our goalie core. And I think that's what we can start doing there. 57 overall, medium star, not too shabby. So it adds some potential. It does. That adds some more picks to draft 97th. Our goalie shouldn't be picked by then. Plus, we still have another third. So, I mean, we're making a lot of moves this draft, man. We really are. We are making a lot of moves. So, Sasha Henrik, welcome to the Seattle Kraken medium elite 48 overall goalie. Like I said, we are really focusing on trying to build this team for the future, and we have really done that this year. We might have to pick Nicolin. I'm honestly, yeah, you know what? I think we might just pick another goalie. Might as well. I mean, I want to get as much potential as we possibly can. And another medium elite, this time a 58 overall medium elite there in Nikolainen. So perfect. So we have 2 future goalies plus another one. Ken Scott, I wouldn't mind picking a defense here. Medium top 7. We might run out of picks here now. We might not be getting any more good players. We might have to get pretty lucky. Barney, I do like the name Barney, but I do like the Russian Kovalev a bit as well. Not too bad looking physical. He doesn't shoot too bad. Kovalev, please be good. We're going to, since we won the cup, we always have to look back at the pick. Yeah, so that was in the 4th round. Nikolainen was such a good pick to start off that round. Yeah, Kovalev, not the greatest pick in the world. Meh. He's a meh pick. Meh. That's okay, though. Samuel Perry, another defensive defenseman. We're not going to go with the Russian. I think we're going to go with the Canadian here in Percy. And another defensive defenseman. Just some more potential, I guess, to rely on. I mean, that's the biggest thing. It's just you got to build your team up. You got to go for picks. And Marcus Lundin. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're getting to the later rounds where there's going to be far and in between of prospects that might actually be good. Ranta. Maybe a medium top 4. And he is, and an offensive defenseman too. Vesa Ranta. I mean, he's going to be far away from being a good player, but fuck, at least it's trade value. That's the way that we're going to be looking at a lot of these moves is trade value, right? That's the way we got to build this team up is just working through the shrines. I don't mind taking a little bit of a Swiss player, seeing how he is. I mean, we could only really take bets. We got a lot of draft picks. We really built this team up to make a lot of picks this year. Right? That was the main focus out of this year was to kind of bolster this team up drafting after we go back to back. So then we could kind of refill the closets and not rebuild the team, but retool it is the biggest thing right now that we got to do is retooling this team. Is the biggest thing right now here with the Seattle Kraken. As Thalberger, go with the Russian or the German. Let's see if there's actually any like medium top 6 players, any defensemen. We've been drafting a lot of defensemen. Let's go after a nice forward here. Gabrick. I like the name, Michael Gabrick. I like the name, like the player. No. Yeah, let's just send the rest of the draft. I don't think we're going to get anybody else. It is a rough end of the draft, but Sakaris is great. Sepanainen, Henrik, Nicolin. The rest of the draft was not too bad. Ranta wasn't too bad. We did get a decent amount of good picks throughout the draft. So, I mean, that's the biggest thing is kind of slowly refilling those closets full for this upcoming team. So, what we're going to do is we're going to re-sign all the players, get everyone re-signed back on the team, and then we will end the video off there, and then we'll of course we'll end it off with taking a look at free agency and stuff like that. So John Klingberg looking like a beast. So Malkin, he had a great year last year for us in Seattle, in Pittsburgh as well. He had a great year last year, but we cannot afford him. The fact of the matter is he's $7.2 million and a player that I really don't want to bring back into the team. Jake Virtanen, he wants to play up on a higher lineup, and there's no doubt about that he does. He wants to be playing probably on a better team, so we might be trading him. We're right now we'll qualify offer him. Denis Gurianov, another great player here. Maybe we trade Gurianov and we have Jake Virtanen, but now we have the biggest thing because we want to do kind of like a power forward thing, but Jake Virtanen hasn't really proved himself as good of a goal scorer as Denis Gurianov. Denis Gurianov has put up massive goals for the Seattle Kraken, but now he won't develop very much. Gurianov is not going to develop past this point. Will he have a bounce back season after he got injured last year? Right, he's maybe a defensive liability. Do we pay him that $6.5 million for the next 5 years, or do we go, yeah, that's still expensive between those two guys? We will both qualify offer them. We'll make that decision in the next episode because that's going to be a tough one. Zach Sanford, love the guy, but we rather go with where's Ryan Hartman? Well, Ryan Hartman dipped back down. Ooh. I don't know if we'll re-sign him if he's cheap, but no. Yeah. Zach Sanford, third liner still. And without Jake Virtanen being there to sign Zach Sanford back, fuck, that's a steep contract, though. That's the problem. Zach Sanford was huge for us the past 2 seasons when we picked him up from St. Louis. He's been a solid player through and through it all. I mean, I think we just bring him back, but that's a steep contract. Fuck, man. We got a lot of things to do. Holy crow. This might be a long episode, boys. We got a lot of... This is such a tough team because you want to kind of keep the squad together and you want to keep building it up from here. But we'll take a look at defense. Gunnarsson's all ready to go this year. Shillington, I would still like to keep on the team. 3 years at $1.75 million. That's perfect for me. We could get rid of Troy Stecher with Gunnarsson being ready to go. We could do Gunnarsson and Shillington as our top 6 pair, which I think would be a great defensive pairing between those two guys. And honestly, our defensive core is really building up to be a really strong core, especially with Gunnarsson going to be coming in here sooner or later, taking over Brady Shea's spot. It's looking a very strong defensive core for the future, as I'll be right back. All right, everyone, I am back as we continue the re-sign stage here with the Seattle Kraken as we're trying to kind of build the roster and try to figure out what we are going to be doing with our offensive core. As it's going to change up a lot. We have a lot of free agents this upcoming season, and not just that. In the next upcoming season, we're going to have to worry about new contracts as well. So, excuse me, Jesus. Burps galore. But we're going to be having to worry about kind of a lot of things with this team this offseason and trying to continue this team as a Stanley Cup winning dominance is going to be hard. So goalies. This is going to be the biggest thing. We got goalie prospects now in Nikolainen and Henrique, the German and the Finn, which is going to be looking great. But UC Saros does not want to sign back with the Seattle Kraken. So unfortunately, the man that we did get in the expansion draft will not be coming back and playing as a Seattle Kraken. That is just massively disappointing. He was a great player, but that's all right. We got other players that we can use. Jakovov, so yeah, we don't want any of those guys right now. Nikolainen is a 20-year-old. That's going to be the biggest problem, is that he's already a 20-year-old and a 58 overall, so we'll have to hope that he develop. But so forward core, I want a Gaudreau, Voinov, and then like a first-line centerman. And then Bubelev, Strome, and then Gurianov. That's what I was kind of looking at. But if things do change, maybe now we have Jake Virtanen, maybe we don't need a Denis Gurianov. But that means we only have one sniper on the team in Johnny Gaudreau. So it's going to leave kind of a thorn in the team on what we do right now between Denis Gurianov and that. Zach Sanford is definitely a buyback on the team for sure. We'll advance a day, see how everything is costing. Shillington signed, Secret Tyler. I don't think we really signed anybody big anyways. It was just small little deals. So yeah, we're at $20 million. So yeah, let's just get Sanford back on a 1-year deal. We're going to have to spin the wheel as well on Zach Sanford. So we'll spin the wheel on him. He already had a no trade clause last time. We'll see what he wants this time. He wants a no movement clause, but it is just for a year. So a no movement clause on Zach Sanford. We'll pay him, yeah, that exact total there. Warren Foegele does not want to sign on the team. We did just trade for him. 2.3. We'll see if we could get you back. Foegele signs. Sanford signs. No, he does not. Sanford does not sign on the team. So 1 year, we'll increase the money by a bit. No, Zach Sanford will not sign with the Seattle Kraken as well. So we lose Zach Sanford. That sucks. I would like to keep Blake Coleman on the team if we can. 1.9 for 1 year. We'll see if he signs back. If not, oh well, he could piss off. Everyone else could piss off as well. We, fuck, man. This is an insane level. Oh, no, I didn't mean to sign Ernie. Shit. Oh, well. I seen the mountain, and then I just continued to click the button instead. Fuck. Damn, I'm stupid. Kirill Maximov. So it sucks that we can't get Sanford back on the team. Man, we're going to have a lot to figure out. You guys are going to have to help me a lot this offseason because we're going to have a lot of big decisions that we're going to have to make here in the next little bit with players and shit like that. So, of course, Ernie signs with the goddamn team. I'll release a spot open for you, Gentile. There you go, my lad. I don't think anyone else really needs a contract that's really usable. All those prospects are not really looking that good. So I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Offensively or defensively, we can get... Oh, fuck, man. God damn it. We signed Seagull either to $1.3 million. Shit, dude. So, yeah, we definitely need to trade away some defenders. That is something that we definitely need to do is trade away some defenders and figure that all out. The coaching staff, I do want to keep the same for the NHL. I know we do have Skirvit. We got a really good chemistry going along with these guys that we got going right now. So, I want to try to keep the coaching staff alive and well and keep them together. So we'll pay him a buttload of money just to stay as the assistant. As Eddie Reeves, he has just been an absolute fantastic coach. His 2 first years as a coach in Seattle has been Stanley Cups. He's been absolutely amazing as a coach. So hopefully Skirvit signs back with the team. Hopefully we get him back. That would be wonderful, to be honest. Oh, sweet. He accepts. So what we'll do now is... we know what we want is a first-line centerman. We know we need to get either Gurionov or Jake Virtanen back, so let's see what's out in free agency and see what we can get. And wow, there is a decent amount in here. So, first up, we got Jonathan Huberdeau. And I'm pointing this player out because we need a first-line centerman. We need a guy that could take this squad over and be that main guy. And I think Jonathan Huberdeau might be that guy. He does take the face-off draw a little bit. He has struggled. Hasn't been that well. We could go after a Ryan O'Reilly, which wouldn't be bad. Your next best guy is a Malkin or a Sam Reinhart, who as well, very good defensively. I think even better than, not better than Huberdeau, but Reinhart is a centerman, which is the biggest factor that Sam Reinhart has on him. Plays really good defense, and that's a big thing that we are focusing on. Hasn't had a breakout season, but guys, we have been known to take guys and make them into some breakout players. And I think we could possibly do that with Sam Reinhart. 27 years old, cheap contract. I'd like to hear your guys' opinion, because right now we got $18.75 million. We need to either re-sign Jake Virtanen or Dennis Gurionov. We want to get these two guys locked up. It's either we trade Jake Virtanen away for a couple picks, or we go after maybe a defenseman. Whatever we do, we trade away Jake Virtanen. Dennis Gurionov, we would love to get him locked up for 6 years. Of course, we're going to have to spin the wheel on him, but let's actually do that right quick. Let's spin the wheel because both these guys are going to be unrestricted free agencies, right? We are going to have to sign them. Yeah. Okay, so we'll start off with Jake Virtanen first. We'll see what his contract will be. It will be a full-blown no movement clause for Jake Virtanen. For Dennis Gurionov, that contract will be a limited no trade clause. So I think Gurianov wins already, but I'd like to hear your guys' opinion. And then who we should go for the number one centerman. Should it be Sam Reinhart or should it be Jonathan Huberdeau? Huberdeau is a lot more expensive. Goalies, we definitely need another goalie to kind of help out with the tandem. Maybe a Tristan Jarry we bring in to be the tandem alongside of a Thatcher Demko. Tristan Jarry has put up some decent numbers over his career and has not been too bad in the playoffs. So we'll leave it all up to you guys though. So make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to tune into the next episode. Tell me guys what you guys think about the episode and who we should pick up to maybe go back to back. Will that happen for Seattle Kraken? Will, for the first time since I think the Edmonton Oilers, the 3 in a row Stanley Cups maybe possibly happening? Would it be absolutely amazing? But I'm going to end the video here. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Adios, amigos.